Minister Donovan, how important is the anti-doping system to Irish sport in Ireland?
It's hugely important because it's almost like an insurance policy really for our athletes and for the country's reputation that we can say that we have a strong and robust system here in place in Ireland, independently overseen, that makes sure that our athletes that are going out are clean and that they're competing in a clean environment. And it removes any element of doubt for those athletes that are putting in huge effort and huge amount of hours and huge amount of personal sacrifices, that their peers and people that they're competing with here in Ireland are also clean. So while we have a strong and very robust system here, what I would obviously be encouraging is that other countries around the world would have equally strong and equally robust, because what we want to make sure is not only our domestic athletes that are competing here at home, but when they go internationally for Ireland and they're representing Ireland, that they're representing us on a level playing field. So there has been challenges in 2016. They're well known, and I think it behoves all of us, governments, anti-doping agencies and statutory agencies, to make sure that other countries have as strong as possible regulatory regime in place in terms of doping, and unfortunately that's not the case yet, and we have a lot of work to do to make sure that others follow suit.
You recently attended Farmley with Sport Ireland and the rest of the NADO leaders. What did you find? What takeaways did you take from that, having all the leaders in the world right there in one room?
Well, what I took from it really is that there's an absolute, strong desire for the leaders of anti-doping agencies across the world, representative of a whole range of countries, to make sure that their athletes are treated fairly, and that sport is about, at the end of the day, human endeavour, and it's not about the latest narcotic that can avoid the latest analytic method to be detected. And sport is not about cheats. It's about, as I say, the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. And unfortunately, still we have this situation where it is almost like a cancer in sport, where we're continuing to hear of stories of where there are lax rules, in some cases no rules, and in some cases almost state-sponsored cheating. And that's very unfortunate, because it cuts to the soul of what international sport and athleticism in particular is all about. And I think as governments we have a job to do to convince other governments in the first place that if you're going to compete with us, you can only do so on a level playing field. And when that happens, I think you'll have a situation where athletes from other countries are encouraged to have their act cleaned up. But 2016 was not a good year internationally. I mean, it was a bit of a farce in the middle of the year in relation to the handling of a whole range of anti-doping issues. So I would hope that that countries like Ireland can take a much stronger lead with our statutory agency, Sport Ireland, and the anti-doping element within Sport Ireland, that they would internationally lead a conversation that is long overdue.